everybody look up and watch out. It's Keep Up with Stillvinsane. Welcome to the show. I'm here with the rest of the Keep Up crew. Let's get into some motherfucking shout-outs.
Oh, my God, what is that? Oh, my God. What is that?
Oh, hell no.
It's time for some motherfucking shout-outs.
My man, Seville. My man, the artist. Yes. The Good Man. Yes, sir. Having the Good Man podcast out now on iTunes, Spotify, all that good stuff. Please give us your shout-out.
Oh, okay. Shout out. First things first. I got to shout out to my brother from another mother, Senor Chris Berry, the other host of the Good Man podcast.
That's right.
I'm shout out to King Saladin, the art inspiration. Shout out to Mike Rashid, the king, for the fitness, motivation, and inspiration and stuff, Mentals and muscles. That's how I'm trying to live.
Mentals and muscles. Look at you with the catchphrases. That is so...
see it?
All right. Save it for the segment. No, I'm joking. I'm messing with you.
I was about to go back, but all right. Nah.
No,
I'm really excited, bro. I'm really excited.
Good. I like excited people. Let's do it.
Hooray!
What the fuck happened?
All right. This is a segment with viral news. And the cliche for this week is to be announced because, I don't know, man, with, Crossing Swords is a great title for a show, but with two dudes on the show, I don't know how that works. I don't know. So we might change that. We might make it more artistic because we have an artist on the show. He's sensitive about his shit, just like Erykah Badu.
Men have feelings too.
That's true. And you definitely talk about that on your podcast. Yes. Ooh. So we will get into that in the interview portion. Again, his podcast is the Good Man Podcast. His artwork is all over the internet. It's all over Instagram, Civilized, @Civilized.
Yeah.
SIVELLIZED.
Honestly, you were the first person to ever spell it right.
Nice. All right. Somebody was giving me a compliment for saying Giannis Acaptempo. I was like, you don't know how long that fucking took me to fucking memorize, motherfucker. Like, don't be that impressed. All right, cool. So, speaking of not that impressed with the rocks that she got, or that she's already had, J-Lo, she's back in the news for the same thing she's been back in the news for like the last 20 years. And we're not like, whatever. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta live life. Nobody gives a fuck about what we think. But Lord of the Rings, and what did you say before?
Thanos.
Collected
all the stones,
the infinity.
Her hand has all the infinity stones. That's it, Thanos for the streets.
They have broken off their engagement, their 2-year engagement. Word. And I don't watch WandaVision, but those fucking Soul Stone, the fucking Vision.
Vision?
They are so tough. They are so... I've never seen one episode. I've never even seen a second of that show, and I crack up at all the memes.
That's it. They gave him. It's funny how Vision and Vincent. That's kind of
like you noticed that.
Razzle dazzle.
That's my dude. Right? Right? 2 Infinity Stones, 1 for each ear.
Hey, you gotta flex them.
I used to play with Vision with that X-Men game back in the day on Sega. I forgot what it was called, but Vision was in it. And so was Hawkeye, so was Iron Man, all the motherfuckers. And back in the day, I used to think of them as, like, C characters. If they weren't, like, the X-Men, if they weren't, like, freaking... to me, they were just X-Men. Pretty much X-Men was, like, the caliber for me back then. And then anybody else was, like, freaking, like, second tier.
Gotcha.
Spider-Man, all that good shit. But J-Lo and A-Rod. First of all, are you into baseball?
No, because I played as a kid. I was always into it, but then I tried out in high school and they didn't let me play. I was a senior and they let a middle schooler in 8th grade take my spot, and I was like,
"Man, disrespectful! What?"
Yeah, I was like, "Fuck that! I'm done with baseball. I'm done."
Oh, good. Well, you could have had that MJ story. Could have been like, I'm going to try out in high school now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
I'm going to show them. Or you're going to
show them how it is.
Right? Or you're going to retire like halfway into your basketball career and like become a AAA.
Got to. You got to leave a legacy somehow.
I love it. We actually worked at Shibley together. You were a camper first. I was never a camper there. I worked there when I started working there when I was 17, and I think I stopped at like 22. or 21. And, you ended up being a CIT, just like your brother. Your brother's a fireman now. Congratulations to him. Congratulations to you. Like I said, I never saw your artwork when we were comrades at the Shibley Day Camp in Roslyn. And now that I know you as an adult, I've said this on the pre-meeting, you are my favorite personal artist. I love looking at your artwork. I'm like always in awe, always fascinated, always looking for the new thing you're doing. And again, shout out to Sherryology. She is literally my second favorite. Sorry that I have to say you're my second. But it's a close second, Sherry. And I've been on civilized freaking artwork for years. Like,
but the fact that I know who you're talking about.
That's true.
Pancakes and Booze is...
Yes, Pancakes. I'm going to have to show this clip.
The artist I know personally, like, if you're an artist or you do any sort of creative media thing like that, Pancakes and Booze is your way to go.
And I wanted to go, and I missed it. You did it like 3 times at least. Oh, man. And, of course, I regret it now in this COVID era and shit like that. Everything that I FOMO'd out on and fucking YOLO'd out on, I fucking like, I'm like, damn, why didn't I do it?
Once this is over, like... this world is going to be completely different.
Absolutely. I'm doing crepes and booze. I'm doing weed and waffles. I'm doing all that shit. I'm doing it all.
That actually doesn't sound too bad. Weed and waffles. You might be on the... Yeah.
Wait until I get to DMT and eggs.
Ooh.
So how do you feel about J-Lo and A-Rod? Is that on your radar? Is that in your purview? Do you like, I know that we see all the lovely memes of J-Lo and A-Rod. Somebody said that he's actually Dominican, and that's messed up for the Dominican brothers out there. But, they do have a reputation. Sorry.
But is it on my radar? I'm familiar with them, splitting, but it's not too close on my radar. But either, like you said, the memes and stuff ironically, I feel like memes are news now.
They really are.
You can understand what's really going on, and then you can kind of base your own perspective off of that. But yeah, all I know is they're splitting up. Like you said, 2 weeks before they were engaged.
Yeah, there's a story. There's a story that there was a mistress that he was talking to. Hold on, let's see. A-Rod mistress. Let's type that in. I don't know why I didn't have that on the outline already. Actually, I could type that in over here. A-Rod mistress. But yeah, so supposedly 2 weeks before he proposed, he was on this girl's DMs and stuff like that. Why J-Lo called it off with A-Rod. This is from Elle magazine. And there's this blonde chick. And yeah, she home wrecked another home of J-Lo's. Mark Anthony is there to the rescue. Mark Anthony called up and he was like this, I got you, girl. I got you. Encantante.
But I don't get it. As a celebrity, I feel as if you know what comes with your profile. You know you're going to get people coming out of the woodwork doing all sorts of wild shit. You're always under the microscope with every step you take. So I feel like there's some things, of course it's going to sound bad. I feel like as a celebrity, there are some things you got to take on the chin. Of course, yes. J-Lo, he was talking to somebody 2 weeks before you were engaged.
Lauren Hunter is her name.
But guess what? You're engaged to A-Rod. And let's be real, Jhene from the block.
Which block?
Like, everybody has some shit on them, but he chose you. Of course, I can't speak on what's going on between them, because only they know, but I feel like... I don't know, man.
No. We're not looking to you for all the answers. No worries. Worries at all.
Definitely no answers, but it's just... There's a level of bullshit you have to tolerate as a celebrity.
Yes.
That's it. You got to have thick skin, of course.
Who do you think cheated on who first? Like, I know that we have all the evidence on A-Rod right now, but do you think, right now I'm reading in most of the gossip columns, it's saying that, and actually not the gossip, Elle is not a gossip, it's a fashion magazine, and a statement from one of her reps said that his character was into question. Doesn't say that he was cheating, doesn't say that he was philandering anywhere, which obviously is definitely, he's a cheater in general. Like, I'm a Yankee fan, and obviously got caught with steroids twice, and he had to be sued by the Yankees, and actually he tried to sue them even though he lied. So I don't even know why the Yankees even talked to him. And imagine if they would have bought that baseball team together, if they would have bought the Mets, because they were in line to buy the Mets, both of them as a couple yes, they got they got overbid by the hedge fund manager, Steve Cohen. And yes, and he got in trouble with Robinhood recently, making all those statements and shit. He's a dumbass. Okay. But imagine how messy that would have been. Holy shit.
I mean, I could say this much. Let's say if he bought the Yankees, she bought the Mets. Subway Series would have been so official.
Off the six, baby! Off the six!
That would have been great.
That would have been sick. And they would have spent the dough, too, to make it poppin'. They would have been like, halftime shows and shit like that, like, waiting for tonight. Yo, I heard. Oh. Right? They don't want us singing that in the club. They definitely don't. They had to just put us in the corner somewhere. Hype made it out. What? That's it.
They would have told us to leave. Like, listen, you're not in trouble, but just follow me. Just follow us over here, okay?
We don't want anybody else looking like bouncers in here. Guys, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. One more thing about A-Rod. I heard, I don't know if this is true anymore, because I think they were cohabitated, right? I think they were for $1 million. They supposedly, when he had his own crib, or I don't know if he brought this into J-Lo's crib, but at the top of his steps, he has a centaur half, and the next half is him. How do you feel about that? If that is true, which I think it is, actually. I think people have taken pictures of it. How does that affect your view of A-Rod?
Him.
Yeah, it's like an Old Spice commercial. It's like
that's S tier level. At the top of your steps, if it's A-Rod's house, it's not no regular steps.
That's not regular steps, no.
No, and it's not a little mini one. It's life size.
Nah, Cinderella's sneaker is on that step probably still.
Yeah. I mean, that doesn't change.
That's on par? That's on par with what you think of A-Rod?
Yeah, that's pretty on par. Yeah, I can give him that.
Yeah, there we go. All right. I feel like that's me too, to be honest.
Yeah.
To be honest, if I heard anything, it would be on par. It'd be like, he went to war in the Middle East. What? A-Rod? Yeah, he would.
Wow.
He would enlist for no reason.
They should put that in history books.
Right? He would be really grateful for that. This guy is definitely thirsty for the clout.
Oh, yeah.
And we love him for it, though, to be honest. Like, if you're into, even though I hate him, I think he's a bastard. When I saw him on Fox Sports, he's been on there for 3 years at least. Mm-hmm. And even when he was on the Yankees, actually, when he would guest appear, even when he was still active as a player, when he was just like, damn, this asshole is too good at this.
Assholes.
Exactly. It's like one of those, yeah. And I'm sure people do that to me too. They're like, why does he keep? He's such a dick. Yeah. Why is he not dead in the dirt somewhere? There's mad people who think that about A-Rod. Whether you're a Red Sox fan, whether you're a Mets fan, whether you're just Cindy, his former ex, Cindy Rodriguez, who knows? Mm-hmm. But lots of people hate on A-Rod. And so when they see him in the broadcast booth just being a total natural, they're just like, fuck! What else is he good at?
Well, why do I like to hate so much?
Exactly.
I hate that.
I gave up. I'm just like, this guy's just a douchebag. I'm just going to roll with it. And yeah, J-Lo did not. And who knows, man. Lord of the Rings, Thanos will be back.
Oh, wow.
Kathy Hochul, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to try to play my man's civilized. I didn't know who Kathy Hochul either was. Yeah, and she is the lieutenant governor of New York State. And why should you know that? Because Cuomo, whether you voted for him or not, I never voted for him, by the way. I've never voted for Cuomo. Like I said, I've said this a million times on this show. I voted for Larry Sharpe, and I voted in the primary for Cynthia Nixon. I even voted for the actress from Sex and the City because I fucking hate Cuomo. That motherfucker sucks. And I'm a liberal. I am a liberal. I have voted blue most of my life, and I do not like Cuomo. I laughed when people were like, Cuomo for president because of the way he's handled the pandemic.
No, he fucked the whole pandemic up.
Oh, for real. And I knew about the nursing home thing. I never defended.
I just heard out about that recently.
Oh, for real? Oh, no. They were talking about it a year ago. But yes, they tried to cover it up mad times. Even in the news, to be honest. Even the media was covering it up.
He needs to get out of here for that. For something like that, especially during these times, yeah. Get him
Absolutely.
Get him out of here.
Yeah, so there was, he gave an executive order or his version of it if you're a governor, and they sent sick individuals into nursing homes, and then on top of that, he allegedly, the aides actually snitched on him, so it's a little bit more than allegedly. Yes, exactly. There's a lot of people coming forward, and so the aides snitched on themselves, snitched on him. They got in a lot of trouble for it, and they said that he instructed them to smudge up those numbers. And then he's going on defense on several interviews saying that, like, the 1/3 of deaths are from nursing homes. We're at 28%. We're under the average. I'm like, damn, dog, you're a real good pitchman. 2% under, and you're really trying to sell that? You're really on this hill, my man? Like, damn. Oof. So, and then he got the Emmy. Which I didn't even know that there was Emmy for politicians or like for civil servants until he got it. He got an Emmy. He got an Emmy last year. Yes.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Civil Emmy for his handling of the pandemic. So not only did he fuck up the pandemic and he's gotten all these accolades. That was like when Obama, which I'm an Obama fan, that was like when he was bombing Syria and Afghanistan and they gave him a Nobel Peace Prize. I was like, okay, all right. I mean, even he said it. He didn't understand it. He was just like, I just bombed the country yesterday. Like, why are you giving me this award? Like,
exactly. Know what that means? More bombs.
More bombs. Yellow cake, motherfucker. More yellow cake. More bombs. But Kathy Hochul, like I said, she is the lieutenant governor. And so, again, happy Women's Month. This by the end of this month, she might be your new governor. Your new, even though she's interim, if she got in, she would be interim. Same thing with our first black mayor. That was not mayor. Whoa, that was David Dinkins. Our first black governor, that was Patterson, David Patterson, the blind one. The one that took over for Elliot Spitzer when he was taken out through his prostitution scandal. Right? He brought A-Rod. A-Rod was like his lawyer at the time. He was like, yo, I got this.
A-Rod as a lawyer, you're not going to win.
You're not going to win. All right, guys. I'm here for the episode of The Apprentice. Hold on. No. This is a court case, bro. Oh. I even said that too, by the way. I was like, damn, A-Rod would be really good at The Apprentice. And my grandmother goes, he's been on it already. I'm like, oh, shit. Damn, he'd be really good at Shark Tank. And somebody was like, he's been on it already, like 3 times. I'm like, damn this motherfucker.
Damn it, A-Rod. Damn it.
Damn you, A-Rod.
Like, what can he do?
What? I know, man. I know.
I'm about to get an A-Rod jersey now just because of that.
Right? Get the Miami one. Yeah, the U one. I heard that's like, actually, that's one of the that's like one of the more fire ones when he played in college at the U. I love Miami.
Yeah,
I miss Miami too, to be honest. Every time I see people, I saw one of my friends at a bachelorette party down there, and I miss it so much. Miami's so great.
You were in Miami.
As an artist, you've been to Art Basel, right?
Bro.
Oh, man. Yo, I'm not trying to... dude. So we got to take that trip together, man.
I was going to go this year. Like, I had everything set, and then all of a sudden, God said, psych.
No. But you've been to Wynwood, right? Like, even before Art Basel. No, that's your place, man. I've never... You're going to love it, man.
Art Basel, Wynwood.
No, when it happens, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. You're going to go insane. It's so nice. It's so beautiful. And it changes all the time, so you'll get your own personal experience. You won't, like, see something somebody else saw and shit like that. It's so incredible, man. So, yeah, no, that's pretty much on Kathy Hochul. She is the lieutenant governor, and she is probably going to replace, if I had to put the over, I'm going to ask Steve, what is the over-under? Do you think that Cuomo, first of all, do you think he did it? And second of all, what's the over-under on if he is going to be basically impeached or run out of office, canceled out?
Did he do it? Yes.
Okay.
I'm not even going to beat around the bush with that one.
All right, cool.
As you know, New York is different. And when you're in a position of power in New York and you need things to go a certain way, you're going to pull some strings, especially with Cuomo. He's connected to everything and everybody. Mm-hmm. So I think he did it. I definitely think he did it.
Descended to Malto Mario, Cuomo.
Yeah. Kathy Hochul, is she going to take his place? That I'm not too sure of. I'll give it a 50-50, but...
Oh, I mean, they would have to give it to her at that point.
Yeah, I want her. I want her to take it. Just because I've been also... it's a very misogynistic society that we live in.
Oh, no way.
And I think that a woman's perspective or approach to different topics might really smooth some things out. You know how it is when guys get together. It's the ego and who's this, who's that. Nah.
Locker room talk, guys. Locker room talk.
Locker room talk. But now let's be real with this. Even as men, if you have a hot boss, I'll stay extra. I'll do work.
Yes, Jennifer Aniston. I'll be right there.
I'll be right there. You need me to do what? Miss my first son's birth and come to work? Of course. I'll be there. I'll be a little late. You won't call for anything.
Yes. Do you need me to stab myself with this paperclip? Yes. I got you.
I got you. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Yeah. To be honest, even at Jennifer Aniston's age, I still would do all that. She's still really hot. And you're right, Kathy Hochul. You're right that I don't see any scandals in her future because I don't think like women are scandal free because they actually had this woman. Her name was Hill. I forgot what her first name was. And so get this. You're gonna love this one. She was having a threesome affair, a throuple, with her campaign staffer. So her husband and her aide, who was 21 at the time, and they were like, I think in like their late 30s. Not like a huge age gap, but like it's still, like you said, like it's still taking advantage. Like, you know, somebody that young. Whatever, sex is sex. You're over 18, that's cool, but like it's still mean. It's still like, damn, why would you twist this girl's mind at such like a young age? Now she's gonna be like depressed for the rest of her life. And so anyway, so she was ascending. This woman, she was ascending into the political ranks. She was actually pretty prominent before she got taken out, before she got canceled out. And people found out about that because the third person in the throuple got really upset that like she tried to pay her off to basically disappear. And she was not happy about that. And to this day, I think she's still really into them. She's still like really hurt that she still wants to be the third member of the Bee Gees. Like,
of course. I mean, think even at that age, this is a 21-year-old who got upset, right?
Yeah, she's older now, but yes, she was 21 at the time, I believe.
And I can understand where she's coming from. Think about the position you're in. You're in a throuple with two powerful people that you work with. That's nothing but network connections and sex.
Word.
Good sex.
I would love to see a doc on that shit. That would be sick.
Yeah, that's amazing. Good
or even
sex,
a movie.
good paychecks at the same time.
Yup. I know. And like I said, she was getting more of the spotlight on her. So she was just like House of Cards, like Frank.
Don't tell nobody. That's it.
No, and I miss Frank, man. I know what's his name, Kevin Spacey. What a dick, fucking not even a child molester, but he did. He threw that 15-year-old on the bed and shit. But it sucks, man, because he was such a great actor. But now it's like so hard to watch people like that. But let's get into some music.
But the fault lies in all of you.
What the fuck did I hear?
Welcome back, Abel. We've talked about this before. I became a fan only since my last Coachella that he was one of the headliners.
Really?
I was not a fan of him before. He was fantastic actually. The first time I saw him at Coachella, I've seen him twice at Coachella. He was not a headliner. He actually was performing back to back with Frank Ocean, and even Frank Ocean wasn't a big deal at that time either.
Oh, bro, you saw two legends on stage,
and they were during the daytime.
Wow.
I know. I know. And now I can't even see Frank Ocean. Like even before COVID, it was so hard to freaking catch him at a show. You had to actually go back to Coachella to actually go see him again.
Yeah. He stopped making music too.
Yeah, pretty much.
He needs to come back.
Blonde was really good too. And you're right. He still comes out with the Tumblr shit, but there's not many people on Tumblr anymore, so I don't even know why he keeps releasing shit on there.
When the world needed him most, he vanished.
Right? I know. So Abel is back, and his best work right now. I love Starboy, but this one right near Light. Oh, damn! What is his new album called? Something in the Lights. Hold up.
You see, I got to pull it up too because
that's really bad, and I love it. I love the album. The album's great. His last few albums have been fire. Actually, all his albums are fire. Now that I've appreciated his pop, even though like his pop music is like my favorite, and then I got to like appreciate more of his trap stuff from the beginning. Because when I was younger, my friends, some of my old, and actually one of my friends, John, congratulations to him again. I'm on one of his new episodes, Sammy and John. They were on our 100th episode guest. And so, thank you. And so, damn, what was I about to say? Sidetracked on that one.
With John, and they were on your 100th episode.
Oh, the Weeknd. So they used to always be befuddled. They used to be always like really confused on why I didn't like the Weeknd. And at the time, again, this was like Trilogy time, House of Balloons, all that good stuff. And I was just like, dude, I just, at the moment, I just can't mix all the rap lyrics with all the harmonizing, like fucking bitches and taking some fucking Molly. And I'm like, yeah, that's not my thing, man. Like, I'm like, I don't know.
I feel you. Yeah, I understand.
At the time, but now that I love not flashing lights. We're gonna get to those songs. Actually, I'm gonna stop butchering his fucking music. Now that we've gotten to all his TikTok music and all that kind of stuff, yes, I love his whole body of work now. I'm a big fan.
So I was a fan of him from I would say, was it House of Balloons? The newer stuff,
the highlights, that's what it's called.
But I'm not really a fan of the new stuff, like the old Weeknd. Any artist who's just coming up.
You're the opposite.
Yeah, any artist who's just coming up, I'm a fan of their work because you get the authenticity and the real pain and music behind them. Because now it's like, okay, I need to make music of me. I can't fake this shit anymore. But once you get to a certain level, once again, you can filter it with whatever bullshit you want and say whatever you want, and you have the status behind you that people are going to listen to it at this point. You can sell an album with no music on it, and people are going to buy it just because they support you. But I don't believe in shit like that. I want to hear your story. I want to hear your raw, authentic self.
That's right. Don't believe the motherfucking hype. I'm with you. I learned recently through all this beef. Oh, yeah, we didn't even get into the beef. So the Grammys did not nominate him for what a lot of people call his best album ever, or his best complete work at least. And again, like I said, and I don't mean to it's just the sign of the times. He literally has 4 songs on TikTok and that people that just went viral and that have gone diamond and gold, all that all types of record smashing singles everywhere. And so it just really didn't make sense actually that he did not get nominated. I know that it's not the Billboard Awards. I know it's not based on album sales, but come on, you gotta be something. You gotta be, yeah. And so he didn't get Record of the Year. He didn't get Album of the Year. So he has instructed his record label, which is, hold on, what is his record label? His record label is, and he used to be with Drake. That was when he was making that music, when he was with OVO. He never really signed with OVO. I know that.
No.
But he was definitely part of the crew for a while.
Heard him and Drake have beef.
They did because, like I said, he's number one. Oh, wow. He, on Spotify, he's the number one listened to artist right now.
There we go.
Shit.
Shout out to Abel.
Right. What is his record label? Why am I fucking this up right now? But anyway, so he's not on OVO. That's the biggest point. So yes, you're right. Drake was very upset that he had been grooming him for a while, or at least sweating him, and so he felt that he owed him. He felt like he owed to him to sign to OVO, to his Canadian, and they had the Canadian roots, both from T-Dot, both from Toronto, the Six, and I guess I would feel the type of way too, man, because he's a major fucking talent, and so Drake definitely wants to keep getting paid, so I don't blame him.
Can you imagine if the Weeknd was under OVO?
And I've never been to the OVO festival. I heard that both of them be smashing it. Every time that he would show up, it would just be ridiculous.
What's on the Six? You got Drake, you got the Weeknd.
Oh, well, we'll get that. Actually, that's a perfect segue. Even though I am more Meg Thee Stallion, Torey Lanez, he just came out with Playboy, which is he's coming at Meg again, and he's very misogynistic once again. But actually, I'm starting to appreciate it, though. He's very honest about it.
Do you think he did it? Because that was a big controversial.
Absolutely, I think he did it.
Okay.
How do you fake that? How do you fake shooting somebody? How do you fake shooting somebody in the foot?
I'm trying to. I guess I can say I was trying my hardest to see both sides of the story.
Good luck.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
It's hard. I'm with you because we're guys, So even though we like to see both of the sides of the spectrum, especially with your podcast, it's great. I love that that perspective of it. You got to keep it real, man. And if we did that all the time, like how there wouldn't be any men left to help out in the cause. Like if you're just going to cancel everything, like people like Cuomo, yes, they deserve it. People like Harvey Weinstein and stuff like that. People like James Gunn.
Yeah.
People like who's somebody that's getting Eminem we mentioned last week. Like wow, like you're really gonna get offended about his music now? Like are you serious?
Yeah, why are everybody so sensitive, bro? Everybody's so sensitive.
And they have that famous tweet, that famous meme, like how did the generation that grew up with South Park is the one that gets easily offended? And they're right, man. To be honest, Gen Z is very sensitive, but I don't know, man. Millennials, and I'm a millennial myself. Mm-hmm. We're a bunch of big crybabies, baby.
But we laugh at the shit, though.
That's true.
You don't cry and try to cancel somebody and send your messages to your school or your workplace to try to get you fired. Like, I've seen that shit happen before, and I'm like, it's never that serious. It is never.
And for all the Gen Z people that are against skinny jeans, I have to say this. You know how long it took for people to convince me about skinny jeans?
You wear skinny jeans?
I mean, like, not like nut huggers and shit like that, but like, you know, nice little, like, if you're going out and shit like that, you want to have something that fits.
Nice little slim fit jeans.
Yeah, like, yes, fit jeans. That's what I consider. I don't consider it skinny jeans. I consider it fit jeans. If we're talking about something that, like, cuts off your fucking circulation, yes, I will make fun of that, too. What are those?
Exactly.
But my thing is, damn, man, people try to put me on the skinny jeans for years, and now that I'm finally into it, now it's not cool. Damn it.
Styles always changing. And the style's going back to, we're going back into the real heavy 90s era type of clothing, I'm noticing.
Bell bottoms they like. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know Gen Z liked bell bottoms. I've never seen a Gen Z in bell bottoms before. I'm like, you like bell bottoms? Okay. All right. But back to the Weeknd, like I said, he is boycotting. He is not going to perform. There are a lot of people not performing, which is typical, to be honest, especially with COVID. And to be honest, the Grammys is a joke. I enjoy the Grammys, but I totally understand why people don't. It's not indicative of the industry at all. Obviously, most of the artists that are out there right now, the successful artists, are people of color, are women, and they always shut them out. Beyonce, I just read something recently. She has not won the major award since 2010. And she's come out with amazing body of work since then. Lemonade, Beyonce, yes.
Wow.
Since 2010. So again, it doesn't have to be side by side with the Billboard. It does not. That's okay. I'm for that because, you know, sometimes people, like Tekashi 6ix9ine, that would mean that he would get a Grammy if it was based just on album sales. But there's so many people, Nicki Minaj, like there's so many people. Like, I love Cardi B, but she should not have been the first rap artist woman to win Album of the Year. I'm a big fan of her, by the way. Huge fan. I actually probably like her music more than Cardi, but Cardi definitely should have got it before her. A bunch of women, actually. MC Light, Queen Latifah, Lil' Kim, the list goes on.
Yep. I feel like it comes down to complexion.
Yeah, and that's why he's making the boycott. He was like, I don't know what other excuse it could be. Like, I had the hottest album of the year, and he's right. Whether you liked it or not, he literally had the hottest music of the year of 2020. And Taylor Swift, most of the people that got nominated, and a lot of people of color that just are not. And like I said, Drake never plays there because of that reason. Charles Gambino canceled again because he notices the trend. Beyonce, same thing. And they're disappointed. Why are you disappointed? Get more inclusive, motherfucker. Then you don't have to be disappointed.
Exactly. It's ironic that you brought up Gambino. He deserves an award.
All the flowers.
Oh, man.
All of them. I would steal bouquets from other people's shit, from graveyards, to give it to him. He deserves it all. He deserves it all. I love him. Donald Glover, you're the man.
Amazing.
Can't wait for Lanez season 3. That's my shit.
Oh, when is that air?
I don't know, but I know it's not canceled. I know they're still working on it.
Perfect. I can use a new TV show.
Yes. But you're on Atlanta, right? You're caught up on that, or you've never seen?
I'm not caught up, but I've seen the first season.
The second season's really good. It's darker too. It's way darker.
Oh, nice. Okay, yes.
It's funny, but it's like dark. It's like, damn, why did I laugh at that? Like, and they have a Drake episode.
Oh shit, really?
Where they're in Drake's mansion the whole episode looking for him. It's mad funny.
Bro, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that.
Mad funny. It's like the funniest episode of the season. It's so funny. And then there's an alligator episode with Cat Williams. Hilarious.
Oh,
Hilarious.
I saw that one. That's from season 2, right?
Yeah, it's the first episode of season 2.
I don't know how I literally only saw that one, and that was it.
That was.
But I gotta do some homework. I'm off today, so I gotta do some homework.
Oh, no worries. And shout out to the director. Oh man, he's the director that did This Is America. He's got nominated for a bunch of stuff, by the way. That's why I'm mentioning him right now. Let me get him actually.
Yeah.
Director of Atlanta. I need to shout him out because that's my dog, man. Atlanta. Oh, I have like this cord stuck to my fingers. Atlanta. And if I mention his name, director, Atlanta FX. Hiro Murai. And let's look at his work real quick because he's the man. I love him. And if I like mention his work, you'd be like, "What? No way he did that." He's definitely on the rise, and I think he's going to do some movies too soon. He did This Is America, Guava Island, obviously. He did Atlanta. He did How to Become an Outlaw. Emmett Demon. Oh no, so he hasn't really done anything yet except for TV shows. But I love him. I'm a big fan. I hope he. They're showing people that he's like similar to Spike Jonze. He did Gravity. David Fincher did Seven.
He did Gravity.
Spike Jonze did Gravity. Yes.
Okay. All right. That's what I need to hear. Gravity.
Right. I think Spike Jonze also did. Oh no, that's David. No, did he do that one? I think Spike Jonze. Oh, let's look. He did Her. I know that. With Joaquin Phoenix. That was amazing.
Bro, movies like that?
Oh, Being John Malkovich, Where the Wild Things Are adaptation, and he did the Beastie Boys story recently.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yes.
You got some titles under his belt. Okay.
Absolutely. All right, cool. So with more music, I'm a big Jhene Aiko fan. I don't know why. I have a feeling you are too. Sailing. No! Oh, I made that wrong. Oh, get out of here.
No. I mean, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't call myself a fan.
Okay.
When I listen to her music,
I'm a fan.
Yeah. And the only reason we're going back years, and I feel like a lot of us fellas, ladies too.
Oh yeah, we're obsessed with her.
Because she changed. I don't say she changed the game. I'm gonna say it like that because when she said you got to eat the booty like groceries, that
lyric of the year last year, lyric of the year, or 2 years ago with Amari.
Like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
When she said that, I feel like that was a turning point because now it put women's comfort and sexuality out there. Because before it was almost taboo to speak of, but now that there's a woman out here who is really speaking on what she likes in the bedroom, it almost became a norm. It was like, well, if you're not doing this, you're lame. I'll find somebody else to do it. And I feel like there's a lot of sexual preferences for women in public. It kind of like shined a light on it. So I give her props for that. But when I say I'm a fan, I'll listen to her music, but I'm not too caught up on everything that she's doing. I know she's back with Big Sean, so that's
right. Everybody roots for that. That's a lot of people's relationship goals. You know, mental health and lots of sex and all that good stuff. Rapping and good music. Who doesn't want to be that? Right. No, I love Big Sean, and I'm a big fan of both of them, to be honest. As a couple, as people, as artists, I'm a big fan of her last album, Chilombo, with Who's Trying to Smoke, all that good stuff. That was a great album, and that's actually Grammy nominated too. As a matter of fact, it's up for Album of the Year also. Do I think that she'll win? Ouch. I mean, I think it's a great album. I would definitely pick it, but it's up with, like I said, it's up against like Taylor Swift. It's up against like the ones that like the white people that usually win.
I don't lie, you're putting up the albums right now. Like I don't really listen to popular music. Well, we'll dive into that a little bit. But
no worries. I do. And somebody has to for this show.
That's why, that's why you get the big boy bucks.
Yeah. Here we go. Some more new music. We have Drake. Drake is coming out with his new album, Loverboy. I think it's more to that. I think Letters from a Loverboy or something like that. And so he's giving us a little snippet like he usually does. It's a little EP, Scary Hours. It's got Lemon Pepper Freestyle with Rick Ross. It's got a little Dirk. And it's a Little Baby, actually. Little Baby. And it's also got the lead single. Who's on that? Love them, actually. I've been listening to them nonstop.
Yeah, the lemon pepper freestyle's pretty good. I got to give him props for that.
Yeah, fire. And I'm shocked actually because the name of the album, Loverboy, so you would think that he would and we haven't listened to the album yet, so we can't really make that determination. But I would think with the EP or the little snippet singles, I think they call it what do they call it now? They call it a little party pack or something like that now. What's Next is the first one. Wants and Needs is with Little Baby, and Lemon Pepper Freestyles Rick Ross. And so I didn't think he was going to go with the hardcore rap. That's what I was trying to say. I didn't think that he was going to go with the popular artists. I thought he was going to go more with the ballads like he usually does.
Got you.
But I'm a fan. Go ahead.
Oh, what are your thoughts on it?
I love it. I did not love Dark Lane demo tapes. I wasn't a fan. It wasn't that good.
Okay.
Scorpion I liked. I liked More Life. That was good. But so I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to his new album. I love Drake. I'm a big fan. I've paid for his kids' college education already, man. I've seen him 5 times on tour, man. He's the man. I
gotta see him in concert, bro.
Oh, it's incredible. He really cares too, man. Even though.
The last concert I went to, the last concert I've been to, you ever heard of Under the Influence tour?
Yeah.
I did that one.
Nice.
That was, I think it was Smoke Dizzle, Wiz Khalifa. I wasn't really
I wanted to go.
Oh. There was another one. There was one in Prospect Park. I think my favorite concert. It was Schoolboy Q.
Okay. Oh, I love Schoolboy Q.
Gambino.
Okay.
And I think A$AP Rocky or Tyler, the Creator. Or I think they were both there or something like that. One of these random pop-up things, yeah, it was kind of dope. But a big celebrity, I need to go to a Drake one. I got to get that under my belt.
You will. He'll be back. He definitely will be back. He's young enough for it. And, again, I think he really loves live tours, to be honest.
I hear this is his last album, though. I don't know how true that is.
He always says that. He said that about Scorpion. They all say that. Ever since Jay-Z started doing that shit, retiring every year, everybody thinks it's cool to do. Lil Wayne, they all do it, man. Eminem. Again, I can't. Joe Budden really is retired. Yeah. And speaking of Joe Budden, I remember because I used to listen to his podcast all the time, and I stopped when he left Spotify. It just became inconvenient, actually. I'm I don't really listen to. I have YouTube music, and I do listen to the YouTube music, but I don't exclusively listen to podcasts on it. So Jhene Aiko, he made a statement a long time ago saying that he loves Jhene Aiko, but he thinks that she's not on a top tier yet because she doesn't make good albums yet. And so that's for you, Joe Budden. This month, you've never been nominated for a Grammy, and now she has. So eat that, motherfucker. Eat those booties like grocery. Cuckold at the Costco.
That's crazy. I'm going to FaceTime Joe Budden right now and tell him you said that.
Right? Take that. So one more fine individual. We have Addicted by Jorja Smith. Are you a Jorja Smith fan?
Oh, the beautiful goddess herself, Jorja Smith.
Oh, she's so gorgeous.
You got to give credit where it's due.
And I hate to be misogynistic and shit like that, but when I went to Afro Punk and I saw her for the first time live, she had one of those Diddy suits on, but it was all metallic. It was like copper. It was a copper jumpsuit, and I still saw the booty. I still and she didn't even turn around. She didn't even turn around much. I think she knew. I think she knew. I think she was self-conscious about it. So she had a kind of a Leah outfit. She had a tank top, but then she had these really baggy orange pants, and it was insane. I still saw it from the front. I was like, what's going on here?
I think she's the one for you, bro. I think you get that.
Don't get my hopes up, man. She's like a younger, fuller body Sade. That's what she reminds me of. Ooh, finger snap. We deaf poetry. We in there.
Okay. I can get behind that one. Literally.
Oh no, that's my homegirl. That's not her. Oh, is that? No, that is her. That is her. I was about to say because Anita Baker has very similar music. So let's talk about one more festival before we get into film and TV.
Yep. We
have the Life is Beautiful Festival. So I know what a lot of people are thinking. Who the fuck is going to a festival? Well, it doesn't matter who's going. There are people buying it. And It sold out in record amount of time. People are so fiended out to go to a festival.
Now, would you be able to fill me in on the Life is Beautiful festival? Because this is my first time.
Yeah. I only heard, I was looking for some music news. So I found this, and this was on Variety.com. And Life is Beautiful will have, if things all go right, September 15th to the 17th in Las Vegas. Billie Eilish, Green Day, and Tammy Impala are and I love Tammy Impala, one of my favorites. I love all three. And they will be headlining. It got canceled last year, but now they put the same lineup. And I guess they're assuming they're all under contract. St. Vincent will be there, Modest Mouse, A$AP Rocky, Haim, Black, Glass Animals, Young Thug, Noah Cyrus, that's Miley Cyrus' sister. Actually, she's a little hotter, too, to be honest. Brittany Howard from what's that band called? I love them. The Alabama Shakes. Dylan Francis, the DJ.
The Alabama Shakes. Okay, cool.
You don't like Alabama Shakes?
Oh, bro, I love Alabama.
Hell yeah. And I love her solo, too. She was at Afropunk, too, and I was like, oh, do I want to see her by herself? And she kicked ass. Ass. I was like, oh, I was wrong.
Okay, yeah, I'm all right. And this is happening when? September
15th to the 17th in Las Vegas. So if it's real, it's sold out. But like, if things are really popping by then, like maybe we could like buy it from like eBay or something like that, or like from StubHub, and that'll be like almost like the first probably full-fledged music festival. We'll see. Do you think over under? Do you think that'll happen?
Yeah, over.
Nice. Over. I like that.
That's the way we've been in this country, as soon as they get the green light on any sort of project or performance festival, it's going up. It is taking over everything. Like I said, tickets sold out in a day.
I think less than that. I think it was minutes, actually. I think
people are dying to get out at this point.
Absolutely, me too. Me freaking too. Yeah. And I've been out less, and I don't want to like depress anybody, but I've had a few people that were already sick before this pandemic, and I've had people dying sick. Blah blah blah. That's a big reason why I believe in it. I worked at a news station before this, and I was in the pitch meetings, and I was that dude being like, man, this is nothing. Like, I was like, I even said I would rather die than wear a mask. And now I look like a fucking complete dickhead. And I'm pretty sure those coworkers never want to speak to me ever again. I don't blame them.
I was the same way till I got sick.
You had it? Oh, man, I'm so sorry, man. That sucks, man. How are you feeling now? Because I heard there's still after effects, man.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Good. Well, you're a healthy individual anyway. So
really, like, it just came out of nowhere. Like, you'll be okay one day. Next thing you know, a couple hours later, you're out. Wow. You're done. Yeah, I was done.
I think you're our first COVID. Oh, no. Peaches was, but she didn't mention it at all. Actually, I didn't even ask her about it either. But whatever. It's not about that anyway. So, but thank you for mentioning that. That's good. Thank you for being honest and telling, because there's a lot of misinformation out there on both sides, telling people anti-vax. Even like you said, even with Cuomo hyperboling in and covering things up, so it's hard to determine what's the real information out there.
Exactly.
So it's good to have actual people. Again, we didn't want you to catch it, but it's good to actually have some testimonials out there. All right, let's get out of here. Let's get into some television and film. We only have two.
Tell us about how you became famous.
What the fuck did I watch?
All right, so I have watched many of the Academy Award nominated films, those nominees haven't come out yet, but most of them were on the Golden Globes. So, there's not that much to watch, so I'll be getting on that. But one of the new shows, and one of the reasons why I checked it out is because I was a big fan of Netflix's The Get Down, and I also love the guy, Justice Smith. He was also on Pokemon. I didn't watch that. Detective Pikachu.
Oh, true. Okay.
Okay, so that's the guy.
A long way from Jurassic Park.
Word, I should have said that. That was better. Oh my God, that's actually his better work.
Yeah.
Because Pokemon, I'm like, why? I never watched that. And I was a Pokemon fan back in the day, but like,
I've seen Pokemon. I've seen the movie. It's a childhood staple for us. We grew up on Pokemon. So.
I did. So you saw the movie? Was it good?
It was alright.
It was alright. Cool. It was like live action Pikachu.
Yeah, and on top of that, it's like Detective Pikachu. Pikachu was never a detective.
He looked around. He was like,
Pikachu was never a detective. Pokemon were just Pokemon. They didn't have jobs and stuff.
They didn't have jobs.
Yeah. You got to file taxes at the end of the year. No, just let him do what he does. He was Ash's best friend. If they made a movie like that, like live action, okay, I could probably stand behind that. But how they did this one, I understand the concept you're going with, and the crowd you're trying to engage. But
you hear this, Saban Studios. You hear this? One of your fans needs you to stick to canon, please. Stick to the fucking canon.
That's it. Can you imagine a movie with Ash, Brock, and Misty?
Oh, wow. I can't believe I still remember those names.
Yeah, that's permanently in here, dude.
What were the villains? What were the, two little, Rocketeer motherfuckers?
Jesse and James, Team Rocket.
Get out of here, Jesse and James. Wow. If I would have, put that together back in the day, those two names.
Just from the CGI and the amount of creativity we have now, they would have made a live-action Pokemon movie where they actually have to go to the gyms and battle gym leaders.
That would be sick. That would actually I would watch.
And now, imagine if you took a Pokemon movie.
If they actually, kept the story, the origin story and, him busting down some fucking Pokemon, that would be sick.
That would be fucking insane.
And they're, real size, like a Blastoise and shit, you're in, some fucking...
Can you imagine a
right, and Russell Crowe comes out. No.
Let Russell Crowe be a gym leader.
That'd be sick.
Oh, with a Zapdos, bro.
And if Joaquin Phoenix doesn't tap in,
that's insane.
That's watching. That would be insane.
Movie rated R. Make it rated R.
With it. Oh, I'm so with it. And put the Power Rangers in it too, man. Put the Power Rangers. Keep it Saban universe, those cinematic universe. Actually, they could do that. They could because they are part of the same universe, kind of. They're part of the same production studio.
That'd be sick.
That would be sick. And Saban has done other work too, Beetleborgs, all that kind of stuff. So that'd be sick if they actually made their own universe.
Mm-hmm.
So Generation, we went through his whole acting reel on IMDb, Justine Smith. Generation is, to make a long story short, it's also produced by Lena Dunham. She is the producer of Girls. She was the head writer and the star of that show. If you've watched that show, you've seen her boobs many times. And she co-produced that and co-created that with Judd Apatow, the legendary director of Knocked Up and all types of stuff, Pineapple Express, Freaks and Geeks. He's the man. And so they have a new show out, not him, but a descendant, one of his olive branches, Lena Dunham. She also produced Industry. That is another great show on HBO Max. That's really good. That one takes place in Britain. And it's basically all these young people that work on the floor of their version of Wall Street. And it's very good. It's like this financial firm. And they're all young, and so they're all, doing cutthroat things. They all hang out with each other. They all, pretty much live at the job. And they all do, cutthroat things to, freaking get to the top. And it's really cool. It's a really good show. So she produces that. So she's been getting on the Gen Z wave, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, right. So with Generation, it has a plus sign that takes over the T. And it's basically high school life totally absorbed by the non-binary spectrum. So everybody on there, there's a bisexual character, there's a gay character who's Justine Smith, very over-the-top gay, and there's a lot of people that are experimenting within the spectrum, and so, that's what Generation is about. Is that something like Degrassi, all that type of stuff, is that something that piques your interest?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Definitely watch it. Just because, shout out to myself, I'm in school, master's in art therapy, so...
Congratulations to you, man. Education, I love it.
How things really work, especially in the community.
What is the major? What is the concentration? I'm sorry.
This is a clinical concentration in art therapy.
My man, that is awesome.
Yeah.
And that, first of all, that makes great money. Second of all, that is awesome. You got, dude, you'll do it. You'll be all right.
What is the way I want to spend that? Yeah.
There's not that many of them out there. That's what I'm trying to say. So,
there's not a lot.
Yeah.
There's not a lot.
I'm not saying it's lucrative, when you look at Glassdoor and stuff like that. I'm just saying there's not many of you guys out there.
There's not a lot of us.
And on top of you're a talented artist, it just works hand in hand. And you curated too before, right? You're a curator of art also, right?
Oh,
look at that, man. I'm just projecting your future for you. Don't worry, I got you, man. I got you. So shout out to Justine Smith and the people on that show. Actually, let's just give a little brief people that are on the show. Actually, there's a lot of hotties on there too, and there's a lot of inclusion too. A lot of different types of people, different types of races and cultures and heritages. I always look for that in shows. So again, Justice Smith is Chester. He is the main character of the show. As a matter of fact, there's this one might be a little problematic. His guidance counselor is gay, and there's big innuendos that they're going to start a love affair. Yeah, we don't know if that's gonna happen yet, but we'll see. We'll see. But I keep getting hints. So Chase Sui Wonders is Riley. She's really cute. She's supposedly straight, but like she has this person that has a crush on her, so she's kind of like figuring that out. Haley Sanchez is the one. She's Greta. She's coming after her. Ulai Sledgender is Nathan. He is bisexual and he is having an affair with his sister's boyfriend.
Hey, yo!
And the sister doesn't know that he is messing around with her, so that gets very hairy.
Shit,
right? Chloe East is Naomi. She's been in some stuff. I've seen her in other stuff too. Oh, Nathaniel Alexander is Ariana. She's mad funny. She has 2 gay parents on the show, so she thinks that she can make any homophobic joke and everybody gets annoyed at it. So she'll be like, "Oh, these cocksuckers," and they'll be like, "You can't say that. I have 2 dads. Yes, I can."
Oh God. Okay. Oh. Okay.
Word. And she's mad obnoxious. So it's good. At first, I was just like, and then, but like. I love it. The characters is what does it. And that's why I still think HBO is the best, because they have a way, Euphoria, they have a way of reaching new audiences no matter where they go. And I'm a big fan. Like, even though I'm a millennial, I'm 34 years old, the fact that they still get me interested in a younger generation, good job.
Yeah, definitely. No, I'm interested in that one, to say the least.
Fantastic. We have one more. And I was unsuccessful for like for like a month actually of getting this film on torrent. Sorry. But I finally got it and it's amazing. It stars Jodie Foster. Let's find some of the cast members also. Benedict Cumberbatch. It is about Guantanamo Bay, and there is a prisoner that is falsely imprisoned there. Actually, a lot of them are falsely imprisoned over there. That's why they're trying to close it down. And they've been keeping them there, even though they have found a lot of no evidence, even with the waterboarding, the Dick Cheney era, when they were like pretty much abusing the shit out of them, even after the terror report that happened under the Obama administration, that he basically, again, I'm an Obama fan, but he basically threw it under the rug. That was bad. That was no good. But his excuse was he was trying to be bipartisan. He was like, how could I be bipartisan if I'm going to accuse the president before me of war crimes? Okay. Like, all right, I guess. But anyway, so it's a fantastic movie. Again, it is Golden Globe. It's won some Golden Globes actually recently, so it's definitely going to be one of the favorites. I am a huge Jodie Foster fan. I love her from Silence of the Lambs, The Accused, First Contact. She is amazing. Is this something that is in your purview?
Yes. I'm big into stuff like that.
Good.
So justice, laws, conspiracies, just really getting your hands dirty to find the answers to things.
Good.
Yeah, I'm into that.
I knew that about you, man. You were saying, you said something about memes. I actually forgot to comment on that. For someone like you, where you get your news from memes, I respect that, because you're someone that critically thinks already. The people that like rely like on it, like they're the same people that like look at headlines and then think that they read the news. Those are the same exact people that look at memes for their news. Which again, I don't mind people that like are just smart, intelligent people like you that are just like on the fly and they don't have time to like read a full article sometimes. So they're just like, okay, I got the gist of that.
And plus, with headlines alone, they can skew your vision on it.
Absolutely.
Like people come from one perspective, say one thing, then that's the news. And that's how people take with it and run. But like, I will go with memes just because one, it catches your eye first. Mm-hmm. Of course, you'll see some underlining concepts that kind of draw you in. But then I feel like that drawing in aspect is what makes you do your own research on it. For example, the J-Lo situation. I saw that with the meme. She had the Thanos gloves on with the ring. So that's how I knew.
I can't stop laughing at that.
And then the comments is like, wow, her and Alex aren't together anymore. It's like, okay, they're not together. And then just from that alone, you could kind of get your own. But that's because how they portrayed it, it interested me. I was interested in it. Just caught my attention. That's how I thought.
The clickbait.
Yeah, very clickbaity.
Hey man, that's the era we live in, man. That's the way to get us. We didn't really talk about this, but Burger King UK they put out a promo for Women's Month. Again, we don't call it Women's History Month anymore because we're trying to get the history out of there. The Good Man podcast. There's no room for that. I'm with it. Whatever, make it. Yeah, I like Women History Month. Yeah, it could have been that. That's a good point, actually. I don't know why they didn't go with that first. But, so what did they X out? What did they say they X'd out? Burger King. So, right now there is only 20% of women in culinary scholarships and positions of like high class restaurants, fine dining, Michelin, Zagat rated type places. Yeah. And, I think this is only in the UK, I believe. I don't think they were talking globally or the US, but the US I'm pretty sure is worse. Like if we had to, any number that does gender studies, like anything that compares men to female when it comes to the hierarchy or pay scale and shit like that, they always fall off. I was just talking to my cousin yesterday, and she's been a vet for like almost 20 years, and she left. Congratulations to her. She went to Arkansas. She just took a position over there as a director because this guy that got out of school 5 years ago was getting paid more than her.
What?
Exactly. And he quit too. He didn't even know. Once he found out and another person found out about the way that she was treated, shout out to all of them, by the way. Two of them men, by the way. They quit. They were like, no. If they could treat you like that, they could do anything to us.
Yeah.
I'm like, finally, 2021, men, and we're finally making the right moves, man. Finally making the right moves.
Mm-hmm.
So, I definitely feel the same way as you would do with that.
That's a good move. I respect that.
So UK got in trouble. Burger King UK got in trouble on Twitter because part of their promotion, they wanted to highlight that. So they said on their first tweet of the thread, it says, women belong in the kitchen. Women belong in the kitchen. So that's why I said clickbait. That's why I said clickbait, because that definitely was clickbait. That's not even like if you need an example of clickbait, that's it. That's the one. That's the one of the encyclopedia. Like,
but it worked. It made you dive in and see what the hell was really going on.
Oh, 1,000%. I was right now I'm consulting, and that's what everybody's doing when they're out of a job. That's like the proper way of saying phone employed. And so yes, I do consult. And so I was on an interview with this company recently, and I'm gonna cut. I don't like to self-describe myself too much, but I like to be a cutting edge person. And so even in interviews, this is what you get. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to like be like privileged or anything. Like I could turn down interviews. No, I just meant like being authentic. So when we were talking about, I'm a social media manager, so of course we're going to talk about these type of things. And I mentioned the BK thing, and he was thrilled. He was like, yes, I know that it was clickbait, but I would have done the same thing. Not at this company. He's like, but I would have done it as a social media manager because, like, there's so much content out there. There's so many people with with the same type of copywriting skills. And when you could get something different, even if it's clickbait, if you could do something against the grain, if you can disrupt the market, kudos to you.
The funny part is that's the same responsibility as an artist. Doesn't matter if you like the work, as long as I get a reaction or a response out of you, my job is done.
Yeah, absolutely. You disrupt. Yes, your art, your vision, all that good stuff, man. You were trying to disrupt the scene. You don't want it to be just a ripple. You want it to fucking be a wave.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes. And you will continue to be that, my man. All right, let's get into the best part of the show. We're gonna interview you.
Perhaps one of the most interesting words in the English language today is the word fuck.
What the fuck did I say?
Let's do it. In this corner, we got at SIVEL, L, two L's.
Oh, okay.
IZED. And I didn't even look, but, I had to show up. Because I did it. Right, two L's like Cool J, baby. Two L's like Kool-Aid.
There we go.
I said Kool-Aid by accident, but there's no two L's in Kool-Aid. Unless you can't spell.
They both good. LL Cool J's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. Civilized. Like I said, the artist, he is a future art therapist.
Yeah.
He is a resident of Philadelphia, now that I know that. I don't know why I didn't know that. Especially when he's like making advertisements in Brooklyn, having pancakes and booze and shit like that.
I'm trying to be everywhere, man.
Yes, you are. You're doing a very good job of that. Again, and we worked and attended, you attended Shipley. with your family. And again, shout out to the Reeses, one of my favorite people ever. And I love, again, even though we get hot on the Twitter about our political differences and stuff like that, there's not many people I would rather do it with, because you're a man of the people, Justin. Stay with this guy. Tell us about. Sorry.
I'm sorry, your sister too, Justin.
Yes, Jessica. Yes.
Oh yeah, they packaged it. They're
That's
pretty
right.
good. Yeah,
that's right. They're twins. She just got engaged recently, and shout out to her man. I follow them on Instagram as well. I think he's one of the developers of Fubo, the app that's like trying to compete with pretty much like ESPN and like the NFL network and stuff like that.
Oh.
Yeah, live sports, I think. I don't have it, but I know that Justin supports his brother-in-law, and I know that I've seen it on Twitter and stuff like that.
I'm gonna look into that after this. Why not?
Yeah.
Get in on something early.
Speaking of getting in something early, when did you decide that art was your calling?
You're gonna laugh at this.
I will. I definitely will.
Art became my calling in Shibley.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going back. I never spoke about it just due to the fact of like just ridicule.
That sucks.
A handful, you were there, a handful of the only black kids in this camp.
Oh, I thought you were about to say you were there ridicule. I was like, I probably was. Damn it. Fuck me.
No live events. Like, yo, you were one of the dopest counselors ever.
Oh, thanks, man.
Ever.
Thanks.
I think Pete was there too, right?
I love Pete.
Yo, you two were, hands down.
I had fun. I was very underpaid, but I definitely had fun. I think my last summer there, they paid me $1,400, which is like the equivalent of a stimulus check now. Like, that's fun.
Exactly. 2 months for the stimmy. You two were like, as long as nobody dies or bleeds, I don't give a fuck what you guys do. It's camp. You're supposed to.
That's true, man.
Like, all right, cool. And I was like, Shibley, I could say, was the origin of my artistic work, just because it was a way for me to do something that I don't really do. Of course, at that camp, it was sports this, sports that, sports. I can do all.
It was pretty much a sports game.
Yeah, like
it was rival to Pierce.
Yeah, we should have whooped their ass. They should have had it. I just wanted something that was different, and I found it all through arts and crafts. Well, nature crafts to be exact. And
they had a really good craft center, actually.
It does. I'm gonna shout her out. She was bad. Jessica
Alvarez. Oh,
good.
You don't know the story of that, right?
No.
Okay. I don't think they listen to my podcast anyway.
I know because I was infatuated by her.
She's hot. She's so hot. Still.
Back in the day, like I love science and chemistry and all sorts of shit to the point. You know how you go to those little you go like Michael's or a little arts and crafts store and get like the little crystal maker things and little grow rocks in your basement.
Yes,
like,
grow rocks.
Bro, why did I grow some rocks in my basement and I gave them to her? Like, here, I grew these rocks for you. What type of bullshit is that, bro?
Yo, you're coming back from the 70s, man. Pet rock right there, man. Pet rocks used to be the thing, dog.
I could have gave her crystal meth instead of
Here's a rock from Tyrone. Like
meth rock. I think you're just so hot, bro. But she was bad.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, that arts and crafts. I feel like that was just my ploy. Because with that one, there's no rules. There's no fucking rules in this, and I'm sick and tired of living in a place where you got to abide by this and do that. Artwork is art. People can't tell you what to do in this. This is my perspective on how I see life. And
was that your first art piece, the rocks?
My first. But okay, if we're getting into it,
performing arts.
I liked the complexity of the projects. Okay. Because, I mean, I'll laugh at it now, but I'll beat anybody's ass. I dare somebody to say something to me. Lanyard.
I knew you were going to say that. And that was very popular over there. And they had a lot of good. That's why it was a great. You're right. You mentioned Michael's. It probably had more supplies than Michael's.
Oh yeah. And they were sitting on years of stuff, like stuff that's not using. They had so much of it. But really
all of them were principals, so they probably stole it from the schools.
Probably, most likely.
Or donated, whatever.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. You know, when I started working there, kind of, dipped into the tank a little bit.
Why not? They were.
Exactly. Yeah. But arts and crafts was definitely my place to be. I just like the serenity, the tranquility, the place to really just sit down with my thoughts, process it, and still get the job done.
Wow.
And it kind of like correlates somehow. So like if I'm going through a hard time, I'm going to choose a difficult project.
Dude, that was a perfect spot. And dude, I can't believe how dope Shibley was for that. And look at that. They made an artist out of you. Whoa.
Yeah, bro. Like it was amazing. I loved it there. But just from the ridicule and stuff alone, I didn't tell anybody about it. Because
cruel.
Growing up that whole machismo thing, I don't want to. I just want to fit in with my friends and do sports, and I don't want anybody to know this. But
this is before you were brolic too, where you could have said,
that's what do I look like as a brolic black kid in a majority white Jewish camp doing arts and crafts?
Oh my God!
Exactly. And we're thinking like that now. Like back then, I'll be nah. There's no way you're gonna catch me doing that stuff.
Yeah, when I met you, you were tall and skinny. You were and Mike was shorter. Is he still shorter now?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Love them, man. You guys were one of my favorite. And it's funny you mentioned the black thing. Yes, it was a Jewish day camp. It was a sports camp, and there was not much color there. Definitely not. And so it was very noticeable when we noticed each other. Like,
if you saw one of us, like, okay, all right,
no Get Out Part 2 in here, like.
That could have been the first Get Out movie.
It definitely could have. Oh, my God. There were so many people. So, anyway, I wanted to tell you a little story about Jessica Alvarez real quick. You remember Albert? Remember Albert, Liz Handy's brother, Albert Handy? All right, so he was away my first summer that I worked there. And my cousin Trish, that's how I worked there. She was the bus driver, and she got me to work there. And so her friend Nancy, who is Jessica's mother, Nancy Alvarez, I guess like caught an eye to me or something like that, and she was trying mad hard to hook us up. Mad hard. They were on a softball team together, Nancy and my cousin, and they would bring us together, and it kind of worked. I was digging her, but I had a girlfriend at the time, and I also was messing with this other girl named Stephanie at the camp. Her name was Stephanie Major. So
it sounds familiar.
You probably didn't know her, but I messed that one up too, to be honest. She
was full of hot women, bro.
I know, man. Ariel Hoffer, I know all of them, man. I get you. I feel you. So anyway, she was into me, and there was mad people that told me that her and Albert were together. She didn't really mention him. She mentioned him, but she didn't mention him in that way.
I knew that part. I knew they were kind of together. I knew Albert and Jess were,
So basically, he comes back, and he's like doing this beating his chest type shit. And we ended up being friends, by the way, later. I love Albert, and I love the Handies. I love all of them.
Yeah.
And so we're playing basketball. He makes it like a rivalry type thing. We're like going at each other on like the little Shibley Olympic thing where we were playing basketball. We're doing dunks on that little ass fucking court. I know. I know.
That was like 6 feet.
And so afterwards, she comes to me and she's like, rubbing up on my arm and shit like that. And I'm just like, isn't Albert your man? And she goes, and she made it seem like I was supposed to like intervene or something like that. She was just like, she didn't say it outright, but she was just like, why are you, like, he was gone. Like, why didn't you, like, try to take his place? And I'm just like, and I guess I messed it up because, like, which I didn't mess it up. Well, at the time, I was fine with it because I was doing my thing. But then later in life, I saw how hot she still stayed. And I was just like, damn it.
Wow, bro.
I had the chance. Or, like, whatever, minimal chance. I had the minimal chance. I think messed it up. It would have been better for you, man. It would have been better for you, bro.
Oh, how old is she? I don't even know. I know she was
She's my age. I think she's like 33, 34, and she just had a baby, very cute baby.
34. That means when I first met her, she must have been 16. I was 12.
You had a chance, man. Just like the Sandlot, yo. Wendy Peppercorn, man. You could have gave it up, man.
Yeah, but funny part is, there was something that me and my boy, shout out to Thomas,
Thomas. Oh, Cleveland?
Huh?
Cleveland? Who? Thomas who?
No. Oh, you're thinking of Andre.
Yes, my bad.
That last name is, that's a safety point. He's doing good too. I think he's a beast at tennis now. Jesus Christ.
Oh, get out of here. Nice.
He's nasty. Thomas, there was another kid who was in Teen Boys 3, shout out to Teen Boys 3.
That's right.
Who also had a crush on Jessica. And me and Thomas were best friends then. And then there was one that was like, nah, we got to get her attention somehow. What are you going to do? But me and Thomas will always go to arts and crafts together. But she...
Scene of the crime.
Yeah, so she knew that me and Thomas were cool, like, whatever. So there was one time we were like, no, man, fuck that. We want some attention. So we would split up. Like, you go to arts and crafts this time, I go this time, and we would just talk shit about each other. Like, yo, nah, he's mean, yada, yada, yada. To the point, she's like, what's going on? Like, are you guys really okay? Like,
damn.
We were like,
damn. Are you guys okay?
That's it. Bring her to the dome. Yeah, man. We were like, you know what? That's kind of fucked up.
Damn. Well, well, now she's married. She has a kid, so obviously everybody failed. Except for homeboy. Yeah, definitely.
A lot of people make it that far, so I definitely give her props. She's smart, beautiful, and she still takes care of business. So if she ever tunes in, respectfully, just shout out to you.
True.
You were a solid starting point in the artwork. Because one, although it was a time for me, just having somebody there of that magnitude was like, yo, this is what you like to do. And the fact that from a young age, we're like, yo, the fact that women of this caliber enjoy stuff like this, I'm not alone in this world. Like, I'm not just a weird kid. Like, you can be whoever you want to be. You can be the hottest girl I can't do in arts and crafts.
True. And they always replace it with someone hot. Again, one of my friends, Ariel, very hot, and she took over after that for many years. Yeah. Oh, and funny thing, did your parents work at the camp at all?
No.
Okay, that's why I didn't get you. So my first year working there, I got all the staff kids. And I got Nick Alvarez, I got Chris Alvarez, the twins, her brothers. I even had Frankie at one time too. Shout out to him, by the way. I got to get him on the pod. His podcast is insanely popular. It's called the Basement Yard. He does it with a very popular guy named Joe Santagato. He's been on like TV shows and stuff. I've reached out to him to collaborate, by the way. They're like too large right now to like hear me. But that's cool. I love them. And also his twin brothers, they have a podcast too. Shout out to them. It's called the Twin Yanks podcast. And they talk about the Yankees like all the time on that show.
Good shit. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Dope. So shout out to Shibley. Look at that. Shibley is like producing all-star talent out here.
That's it, man.
Love it. Are you doing any art out there in Philly? What's going on in the curation scene out there, man?
I've been doing artwork for some time, and then the world fell apart with COVID.
No.
So, I was doing shows here, shows there. I'm also trying to get into fashion a little bit.
You should? Oh, I saw that. The jackets with the prints inside. Those are sick.
It's literally right next to me. Let me get that.
That shit was sick. Oh, my God. I was so impressed when I saw that.
I took one of my art pieces and flipped it around.
Oh, let's see the shirt, too. Let's see the shirt.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, we're keeping it diesel over here.
Definitely going to take a screenshot of that. That's amazing.
So outside is very, plain, simple, but it's the inside of the artwork.
Oh, my God. Show that off. Oh, God. That is so sick, dude. I definitely need... Oh.
And this was a test run. Like, I've never done anything like...
You killed it, man. You killed it.
So my goal is to try to do stuff like this.
You should, man.
Really getting some more fashion, so...
Why not? You got a good eye for that.
I gotta know, bro. I don't know nobody out here. All I do is work in school.
Well, that's the next step, connections. The eye is the first part.
That was the plan, and then God said, COVID.
Like, humor.
So you don't want friends? I was like, damn it.
No new friends.
But I'm definitely planning on doing things the right way, because I know, especially from arts and craft, we're going to go back to Chile. It was fun for me at that. Like, it was fun to just actually do. It was my passion. It was just a way for me to just become more in tune with myself. But then once I brought it, I kept it away because I didn't want anybody to know about it. told myself all of high school, like, I'm going to be an anesthesiologist, yada, yada, yada. But I was just so focused on making money at that point.
I could imagine, like, falling asleep to you, like, talking to you. Okay, we're going to put you to sleep now. Like, holy shit.
All right. Just count back from 10.
You're going to get back from 10. 1. That voice already put me to sleep. Like, that was soothing. Like,
it's like, all right. It's like, whoa, I was ready to sleep, doc. Oh,
right?
Man.
They don't even need the anesthesiology. Like, all they have to do is, like, take a bedtime story, like, from you. Like,
it's just me saying the alphabet. That's it.
Right? Count some motherfucking sheep, bitch. But my bad. I interrupted you. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. But I've always just kept it under wraps just to avoid the ridicule and stuff. But I've always had this passion to do things different. So if it wasn't me painting, it was me making music. I was the band geek. I was class musician for high school.
I did know you were into music.
I was jazz band. Like, I've been on competitions and stage where I played at Carnegie Hall.
That's
like,
right. Very impressive.
Always some form of creativity that I felt like I needed to do, but then I just hated the ridicule off of it. Like, I was really good at it, but people always clowned my shit to the point where, like,
you're making me hate the camp kids at Shibley now, man. They were like holding a great artist back, man.
People who do tune in, like, it is the people in your close circle that are your biggest haters.
For real, dude.
I'm not even want to fucking say that. So I've always just kept it in a wrap just to avoid the ridicule. Then I got to college. I want to be an anesthesiologist. I'm taking all these classes and shit like that. So focused on the money, and I'm like, all I gotta do is just knock people out and leave for the day, and I'm making a couple, more than 6 figures a year. Easy. That sounds
pretty much 7 sometimes.
Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, I'm in these 8 o'clock chemistry 2 classes, and I'm like, yo,
that's rough, dude.
Fuck is this?
What is this? I pictured you next to the Bunsen burner too, like.
Oh yeah, I'm like, what? What the fuck? And then it's just, I like doing experiments and stuff like that. We're going to just mix up with chemistry and stuff too, but like doing things exactly to a T on how they're supposed to be done is like, that's boring to me. Let's mix some shit up like this. I'm not just trying to add a couple of drops to, it changed from clear to purple. Nah, like, let's do some chemistry. Let's learn some shit. That's where I want to be.
Let's make some crack. Let's make some
let's make some fun in the college labs. Let's do that.
Where's Walt White when you need him?
That's what I'm talking about. I'm still big into science and stuff now, but looking back, I feel as if it was the professors that I've had. Because they didn't bring any life or spark into anything. Everything was just very straightforward, very dull. I'm an action-packed character sort of person. I need the excitement. I need some sort of extra stimulus in order to keep me intrigued. Because if it's just same shit all across the board, I can't do that.
This might be a silly question, but do you think chemistry helped with your art at all? Like the moderation of like paint, like No, okay, cool. Gotcha.
Because with chemistry, I liked it. I liked science. I hate when you combine math and science. If they're 2 separate things, cool. Like, I was in statistics in high school. Biology, that's light work. That's easy. But once you start bringing the 2 together, no.
No, I feel you. I was actually gearing it towards like subconsciously, not like what you exactly.
Oh, like. Subconsciously.
Yeah, like with the colors and with, like I said, like the amount of paint that you use, all that kind of stuff, like the things that like you were doing in that chemistry class.
In that aspect, I would say yeah. Okay. The experimentation process and seeing what the results are.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah. So if we're going that route, if we could remove chemicals and put paint into the mix and that same sort of thing, then chemistry all the way.
That'd be sick if you painted the periodic chart. That'd be sick.
Oh, that would be kind of cool. You know what? Good. Let me make sure I write that down.
No, we're creative people, man. I love, and I feel like you're the same way. Like you would just love, even if you're not creating art, you want to be around it. You want to be like in the scene. Like I feel like one of the places, creatives like you and me, like I'm just throwing out one name, like Kanye West. Like if he was in the recording studio and you were and you were just like a fly on the wall, like that's a place for us to be because we just love to be around great art, and especially while it's in conception.
Exactly.
Gosh.
Exactly. So it got to that, and then all of a sudden I noticed my biology grades, because that was my major at that point, was biology, were just plummeting, like I can't. So what I did to try to stay within the biology program, I took art classes to keep my GPA up.
Okay.
And my advisor was like, "Why are you taking biology?" And I'm like, "Well, this is what I want to do." She goes, I don't want to be rude. I'm not trying to knock your dreams down, but I don't think you can enjoy it. Don't get me wrong. You can like science, you can like biology, but I don't think this is a strong point for you. And I'm like, we'll see. We'll give another semester. But once again, taking art class to keep my GPA up. And then it got to the point for advisement. And my advisor goes, "Listen, we're just going to switch you over." I had a 3.7 GPA in art. It's like, yo, just
nice, dude.
We're just going to stay in that one. It's like, you can still do your biology as elective and things like that as a minor, but get your artwork done. And then once I got to my first art class, remember his name was Professor Mack, or Dr. Mack. Sorry, you know how professors get. Dr. Mack. The one thing he told me was, it's not what you paint, it's how you paint it. And I never understood that until he gave me my first project. And to this day, that's my favorite thing of all. So imagine if I tell you to paint a tree, you're like, okay, yeah, I'll paint the tree. He wouldn't accept that. He would say, okay, you want to paint a tree? Go outside. You're going to put paint on your stick. Paint with the stick. Go back outside, grab a leaf off the tree, paint with the leaf. Go to another spot, get the dirt from around the tree, paint with the dirt. So he's like,
oh wow, it's like Mr. Miyagi over here.
Yeah. So once he opened up my mind to that caliber, I was like, oh shit, okay, dude, yeah, we're doing
some really good tutelage in your life, man. Good for you.
Awesome. And still to this day, I'm like,
and inspiration, to be honest. You've been in really good spots for this.
That's why I stick with the abstract worlds, because with artwork, if you paint a picture of something, I believe it locks it in frame. I've heard this before too. Dorian Gray type shit. Yes. And with abstract work, it's like your mind is a playground. I love the controlled chaos of something. So let's say we're hanging out. You see an art piece on the wall that's abstract. I see an art piece. From two different walks of life and two different perspectives, we could have the same painting in our minds and have a completely amazing conversation. What it relates to, what did you think of this, what memories does it give you, what does it remind you of, do you think of anything going forward? So I like that whole work that makes you think instead of just having the completed image right there in front of you. And then once I got my degree in art, that was it. I tried to test the waters and see how the world really worked. Did multiple shows, got interviews. It even got me a chance to fly out to LA for an art show.
I saw that. I loved every second. Like I said, I love looking at your Instagram. And I'm happy that you share that stuff, to be honest. I know that, like, Shibley made you kind of shy in the beginning with that, but I'm very happy that you shared that stuff because, like I said, I would get so enthralled in your work. Your work is so good.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
And that's funny. Bob Ross would have probably quit that class. He's like, I can't take this shit. I just want to fucking paint trees, motherfucker. What's going on here?
I went to Antonio Westbury. I would even say his name. Fuck that guy. I don't care.
Fuck that guy.
Stephen Pribble.
Oh, he's not the right Steve, man. We got the right Steve here.
He will come into class. You will smell alcohol on his breath. Ugh. But nobody wants to talk about that. You would give him a lab that took you almost...
Oprah. Nah.
No.
I love those Megan Merkel beers.
He would lose your lab paperwork. I'm like, bro, you can't lose our labs. And if you lose a lab, you can't redo it because for that, you almost had to tear the pages out of the book to give to him. Oh, so if he loses it, it's like, we can't fucking redo this. Well, I don't have it. I was like, we gave it into you. Well, I don't have any of... Nah, fuck that. So once I saw that basically gave me a sour taste for biology. I'm like, nah, because this is how it really is over here. If you don't give a fuck, why should I?
Well, thank goodness, because you probably would have been on the sequel of that Hayden Christensen movie. I think it was like Awake or something like that. That would have.
Oh yeah, 100%. Well, that movie scared the shit. To that day, that movie still scared the shit. I mean,
and you wanted to be in the field.
Yeah, I was in the field. Oh, I can give you a story. Well,
please.
You want to go into the field of anesthesiology?
Please tell us.
I should get my mom on the phone because she was there for this. She got so upset. So I was at the dentist. My first cavity ever. I was a kid. I think I was like, 7, 8. First cavity.
Typical for a boy, too.
Yeah. So, like, no, you got a little cavity. We're gonna drill. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, is it going to hurt? No, it's not going to hurt. So the drilling, I'm like, okay, yes, it kind of hurts a little bit. Okay, we're almost done. All right, okay, professional. You say you're almost done. You're almost fucking done. Simple as that. Drills again, it hurts. And I'm like, stop. So while they're drilling, I take his hand. I'm like, yo, like, it kind of hurts. He goes, don't touch my hand. He still has drilling his hand. I'm like, it hurts. Like, I said it hurts. Like, I said I'm almost done. I'm like,
it's a safe word. Goddamn.
Yeah, right? Pineapples or some shit. So he goes back, keeps drilling my mouth, and I move. I'm like, yo, I can't do this.
Yeah.
He goes, we're almost done. You just need to stop moving and relax. He calls his nurses in, bro, why do they hold me down in the fucking chair and continue to drill the cavity?
What is going on?
Bro, so at that point, I get away from the nurses, I take his hand, and I jump out of the chair, and I run into the waiting room, right? And in the waiting room, dental, they have that big mirror.
Yeah.
I remember opening my mouth, saw the hole in my tooth, passed out. And it was like...
Was that malpractice? Did he, like...
He doesn't work there anymore. That's all I know.
Oh, shit.
That's all I know. Yeah, but
that is scary.
Point,
and my godmother's a dentist. Holy shit.
And that was the point. I was like, I don't want anybody to go through some shit like that.
I feel you. Oh, so that inspired you to get into it. Well,
we get to the
schooling of it.
Yeah.
Nice. And I'm so happy for your guidance counselors, man. I would not have seen all this dope ass art that you have, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
And yeah, like I said, I think it's a great profession. I've heard other people try to get into it, not even try to get into it, successfully get into it. High caliber people like yourself. And they've had a wonderful career in it. They've had a lot of fun, especially as artists, especially if they're origin artists. Like, yeah, it's just basically waking up every day doing what you want to do.
Basically.
And you get to keep being an artist. You get to keep doing studio art. Like, that's probably one of the best things.
That's it. I highly, if you are a creative of any sort, do not shrink yourself for the comfort of others.
I totally agree.
Get out there and do what you got to do, because, like you said, all you need is that one connection, and your life is changed. Also, you know what? I haven't spoken to him. He went to college with me. I know him. I don't know if he knows me, but I'm gonna shout him out too. Peace, please. Peace Studios on Instagram.
Peace Studios.
Yeah, I'm gonna shout him out.
Peace Studios, gotcha. Peace Studios. Yes, we'll put him on the screen.
Got into the world recently of the art making and stuff like that, but he's taking this over by fucking storm.
Nice.
Storm. Almost like a modern day Basquiat sort of thing.
Oh, there you go.
There was one thing, I think he collabed with Teir, T-E-I-R, New York City. He had a couple of his artworks on their clothing. Bro.
Nice. Whoa. Oh, that's all you need, man. That's the only publicity to blow up right there.
Some people were on BET wearing his shirt. Give me an interview.
What?
Issa Rae is wearing his pants.
I love Issa Rae.
Bro, I give him props.
Good for him. Oh, my God. Yeah, you're going to have to put that on the outline so I can properly shout him out, get him on the screen. It definitely deserves a shout out.
Okay.
Let's get into the last portion of this. The Good Man Podcast. Please tell us how you got into that. How did you meet your co-host? What are your favorite episodes?
Okay, this is going to be a good one. So I met Chris from church. Me and Chris went to church together.
The Good Man. Yeah. The good news. The good service.
The Good Man Podcast. Me and Chris Bray went to church. And that's how we became really good friends and just really hanging out. The Good Man Podcast started. So I was an assistant manager at GNC when I first moved to Philly. But the store was always dead. So I'm like, you know what? I'm bored in here. I can't leave behind the front desk. So I'm going to have some fun on Instagram. So I would just go on Instagram, and this is when they just added the feature where you can ask questions, like ask me a question sort of thing.
Oh, you were big into that, man. People were so responsive to you. Holy shit.
People
loved to answer your questions. Anytime I put a question, I got like 2 people. You would get like 50.
I'm getting answers out of, and it was just simple
But
stuff.
you would answer very creatively, though, so that's probably why they did that.
Yeah.
It's like you would always like put something in the background.
I had to. Or make a video or something. But
and you were funny, too. Your responses were hilarious.
All I did was talk shit. That's all I did was talk shit. So
I love it. That's my favorite.
A big conversation piece was I put like ranch dressing or blue cheese. And then if it was like,
I saw that.
People would put like, oh, I chose ranch. I'll put like the ugliest fucking thing. Like, this is nasty. How do you eat that toxic shit? If it's like blue cheese, it's like a picture of Bugs Bunny in a king's chair. Like, welcome to the.
Oh no! R.I.P. Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah. Rest in peace, man.
Rest in peace, the rapist skunk.
He was a wild one.
He was a little sus. I mean, I don't regret watching him, but I definitely regret for the females watching him. For the little girls watching him, that must have been rough.
Yeah,
that must have been rough.
He was just perfuming them until they passed out and taking his weight.
I know, man. I know. He gave him the codeine perfume.
Mm-hmm.
But back to the good man. Man.
That's how it started. It was just with the questions and things like that. Just having
So
fun.
he was answering the questions, or
no? I don't think he saw the questions yet until it picked up after about almost 2 months of doing it. And I was just really just having fun. And then what was it? Just from those questions alone, he was like, yo, you should do a podcast. I'm like, I don't really know what it's going to be about. But then at that point in my life, I was like, I just got to figure out a way to become the best me possible.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew he was already established in his field. So he reached out to me and was like, yo,
what's his field, if you don't mind telling?
He's in theater.
Nice.
He's a theater major and a professor.
Oh, so he teaches acting?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
So, you're an idol of mine. I definitely have to shout him out first. Chris Berry, you're my brother.
Berry.
So
no, I enjoy him. As a co-host. He's great.
Once he kind of, I don't say he took me under his wing. I could say that much because I'm not too familiar with the podcasting world, which is another thing that's my 2021 resolutions, to just become more knowledgeable of things I want to do. I have no problem coming up with ideas, but just executing them, it's always been a little trouble area of mine.
If you need help, man, I got you, man. He
was able to bring it all together, and I'm like, yeah, I'm down for it. Let's just run things how it goes. But so far, favorite episode of the Good Man podcast, I think it was like Bad First Dates or something like that.
That was funny. I enjoyed that.
That was a good one. But the whole point of the podcast is just to become the best men we possibly can for ourselves. Mm-hmm. We tend to shape and mold ourselves to society's standards.
Yes.
And it's like you're not going to change the world trying to fit in. No. You got to take accountability for your actions. Not everything is all sunshine and rainbows, and don't be afraid to put your foot down. Stop trying to be a yes man all the time. Well, that's all it is. Just trying to find the difference between the right way and the easy way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
one of my favorite episodes was when you had the married dudes on, and they were going through the tribulations, the trials and tribulations, the ups and downs, and you guys were asking really, really good questions. That's what I felt like was the best part, because they could have been on any show, and I don't think people would have asked those type of questions. You asked real questions, like you said, like the style that you do on your Instagram stories. Like you were just very to the point. And they had no other choice but to answer honestly.
Mm-hmm. And that's how we get some of our content. I know a lot of people have been reaching out to try to get onto the Good Man podcast, but some of the responses I've been getting have just been complete bullshit. Like, oh, I want to talk about this. Like, but what does that have to do about
the brand?
Yeah, the brand. What are you trying to convey? Or are you just trying to come on the podcast and just talk your shit? I mean, if you want to come on the podcast and talk your shit, then by all means, let us know. But if we're on a specific agenda or how we're going to meet, we can't do that. And on top of that, a lot of the questions we do get is from the people. That's from the community. When I put those stories up, you guys got any questions, stuff like that, and they come in, I send them to him like, yo, what do you think of this? All right, yeah, we can talk about it. There we go. So So
the fact that you engaged people before you even had the podcast, before you engaged with some people, before you had something to sell, that's a huge step up, a huge advantage that people don't have. I had a team of people on this show, and it was hard for them to attract audience. Even my social media manager, when she engages with fans and she puts like little comments and stuff, and she does polls too. Like she'll put up poll questions and surveys on the Instagram stories. It gets nowhere near the numbers that you get.
You want to know the secret?
Let's hear it. I didn't even know there was a secret. I didn't even know there was a sauce. Let us know about the sauce.
There are times when you do ask a question and it's not really hitting like you think it is.
Yeah.
Answer the question yourself. Make it anonymous.
I love that.
Because once you put your answer up and people
feel more encouraged.
They're like, okay, they're okay. And people don't know who it is. They think it's anonymous. Sometimes it's me on my own post, talking my own shit to myself.
That's smart, actually.
People love it, and people fucking eat it up.
People do it in the commenters too. They pin up a comment that someone else did, or like just try to engage the audience.
That's it. That's what you got to do. Engage yourself like your audience, and you'll be just fine.
That's sick. I love that, actually. That's a great idea. Now you're like inspiring me to like get back on the questions shit for the show, at least.
Like, how do you want people to answer your questions if you're not even going to answer them?
That is so true. I was in a social media seminar one time, and they were talking about micro influencers and macro influencers, and they were saying that sometimes that's why it's so crucial to get like those first 10 likes, because if you have like a post that has like 0 or 1 like for like 20 minutes or something like that, people feel too cool. They're just like, I don't want to be one of the first people to like that photo. I look like a loser, like one of the first people at a party. But if it has so many likes, people are snobbish. At that point, too, they're like, well, they got enough likes. They don't need my like.
Exactly.
So, yeah, no, I totally get you. You got to fool them, man. You got to reel them in, man.
Reel them in, play the game. That's it.
You're so good at it, man.
Getting traction, you're good to go. Like I said, after a while, I just put up some random shit, and people were replying, what is your favorite dessert for Thanksgiving? And people were flooding my inbox.
It's all about the yams, bro. It's all about the yams.
The funny part is, I would respect yams, but mine was banana pudding.
Oh, banana pudding's sick, bro. Damn, that's a good one.
And then
but hold up. Nobody makes banana pudding on my Thanksgiving. What's going on here?
I make banana pudding every Thanksgiving. But the funny part is, in order to engage with the people who were responding to the questions, I'll just talk shit. So let's say I put, what's your favorite dessert for Thanksgiving? You put yams? I'm like, I'll put a picture of booty cheeks and yams. Like, yeah, they cool, but nothing beats banana pudding. And I'll put it up there, and I'll leave it. So, like, people know, like, nah, Steven likes banana pudding.
So if Jhene and Aiko made yams or banana pudding, which one would you eat?
Oh, man.
And which one would you put in the grocery bag?
Damn. That's like
she said, Steve, eat my banana pudding or eat my yams.
That's like an essay.
Now. Yeah, exactly.
The banana pudding. If Jhene and Aiko made yams, I'm going to have to go banana pudding. You thought
there you go. All right.
Somewhere else. No.
Well, be careful, though. She might find out you make it, and it might become a competition. She might get jealous.
Hey, guess what? Gotta eat the booty like yams.
Like yams. A$AP Rocky's going to sue us for that, man.
Yeah. And he's dating Rihanna, isn't he?
Yes. I don't know how that's, like, under the radar. I've seen it is on the radar. I've seen, but like it's not like on like J-Lo, A-Rod news, right? Even their breakup is more famous than them dating for some reason.
Exactly.
I love both of them. I'm a big fan, and I again, I don't find Rihanna to be, and that doesn't mean that I think that she should get beat up or like that. But I think she's a badass to the bone, and I appreciate that about her. I love that.
That's it.
I love that about her. And I love that about A$AP Rocky. I love the whole Sweden thing, Louis Vuitton, Yams Day. I'm a big fan of A$AP Rocky. I love that whole deal, man. But I could, not to copy off of Desus and Mero, I could chop it off all day with you, man, for real.
That's why we're chefs in the podcast.
You said what?
That's why you're a chef in the podcast.
Oh, thanks, man.
See that?
That's right. chocolate salty bowl. Right? And they're about to have a quarantine. I hope I didn't scratch my glasses. I had it like on this glass thing for a while. Yeah, speaking of which, they're about to come out with a quarantine special. They already had one, but I think they're about to have a vaccination special. I don't watch South Park anymore. Not that it's not funny, not that it's not quality. It's just I can't. That 30 seasons, that's enough for me. I'm good. That is a lot. And yet there's so much content out there. There's your content. There's all types of content. So I had to make room, man. I can't just watch 30 seasons in a row of something. Just don't have time for that.
It still gets me the fact that the creators of South Park were the Columbine. You heard about that one?
They what? They were in Columbine?
The kids made a way for the town to cope and came up with.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, 30 seasons. Of course, they're going to intercollide with a lot of pop culture. And not pop culture, a lot of current events of things that are happening.
No.
I don't understand what you're saying then. My bad.
The kids who were at the Columbine shooting,
okay.
They came up with South Park, the survivors. I heard a few survivors came up with the show South Park.
Oh, Matt Stone and Trey Parker? Oh, I didn't know they were part of this.
As a way for the town to cope. So they just made jokes about it and stuff like that, and it took off. That's what I heard.
Oh, and they're from Colorado. Oh, shit. Yeah. They're from, the Denver. Wow, that actually makes sense. I know the things that I do, I only know limited things about them. I know that they're libertarians. I know that they're not far right, but, a lot of people mistake them as liberals when they're not. They were like, I voted for Bush. How could we be liberal? True. He's like, but to be fair, we make fun of Republicans and Democrats. That's probably why you think that. That's probably why you think that we're liberal. But that's crazy. I did not know that. Bowling for wow, that makes a lot of sense. If it's true, it makes a lot of sense. Even if it's not, I totally believe you.
I'm looking right now. That's what technology is for.
That's true. I used to have a producer that fact checked us, but he's gone. He's producing TikTok videos for his girlfriend now.
Let's see. I'm going to get some facts because there's no way. Because if somebody told me that and it's wrong, I'm going to be upset my whole life.
You need to get that backhand ready just in case. Yeah. Just in case. And I was in fact checking you, by the way. I don't care. It's all good. I believed you. I'm not usually gullible, but with you, I don't know why. You're just a believable person.
Right. All right. So we'll go with that one. Yeah, that's fact.
Okay. Good.
Yeah,
right. Maybe we should call this. You know what? We'll call this episode "Gaslight." That's what we're gonna do.
Gaslight. That's a clickbait.
That's right. Or like I said, if I come up with something more artistic for the artist, I will come up with that. It has to be cliche based, and it has to be 2 to 3 words. I stopped doing big ass thing because with promotions, it just looks sloppy. Looks sloppy. Plus. A lot of people probably are like, why are they still putting cliches as the title? Oh, well, it goes with it. Fuck it. What are you going to do? 3 seasons in. Maybe I'll change it one day, but for now, it's viral news and cliches.
There we go.
But again, thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. You're one of the favorite people I wanted to pursue. I know we canceled, I think, on episode. Oh, that's when you got sick. That's when you got sick. You were either exposed or you got sick with it. And not that I didn't believe you then, but I was just damn, COVID? Whoa. Not only is it believable, it's unbelievable at the same time. It's just damn, it's surreal. Back to artist turns. It was very surreal. It was crazy. But again, I was so thankful to reschedule you. Again, I'm a huge fan. I try to get people that I'm a fan of. I try to get people that kind of have dual lives. You know what I'm saying? That do cool things and are not defined by their job. And if they are, it better be cool. And you fit all those categories. Let's get out of here. It's a beautiful day. I want you to get some sunlight out of here. Daylight savings time is today. Make sure you turn back your clocks. I don't know why you would have to do that if you have digital things out there with your cell phone and your fucking. Just right, I outdated myself with that. Go get the rotary phone while you're at it. But anyway, again, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yes, sir.
Where can they check you out?
You can find me on the Good Man Podcast. No, shout
That's right. That's right.
Instagram at The Good Man Podcast. You find me on Instagram as well. Civilized, SIVELLIZED. You can find me on Facebook. No, fuck you can't, man.
No, you can't, man. Not anymore. I had you on Facebook a long time ago, but you probably deleted it.
I don't on Facebook anymore, but as of now, it's
kind of lame anyway.
Just Instagram. What else am I using? I'm considering making a TikTok account because everybody's telling me
You should.
Do my voice for something.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. Probably be like a Dr. Seuss book or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, man. You got to put some. You got to do some of the challenges too. That gets everything viral too.
Oh, all right. So there we go.
You got to mix it in. You got to mix it in with the challenges they do. That's what I've learned. I mean, who knows?
Honestly, the Gen Z, I think they're doing pretty damn good.
Oh yeah. I'm not one of those people. No, and it doesn't matter. There could be Generation A after them. There could be Generation T. I don't care. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to war with different generations.
Like, I'm
going to learn
on their TikTok ways.
Yeah, no, I'm learning from them. Those are the ones that are teaching me. The millennials are doing it, but they're not doing it the way the Gen Z and Gen X is on there too, but they're not doing it the same way. They're definitely not. If you want to learn real TikTok, you got to go Gen Z.
That's it. If you want to be OGs, let's bring it old school. Go to Vine.
Right, that's millennial right there. That's totally millennial. Asking so many questions. I remember that dude, right? The guy code. I remember. Oh, girl code was on there too. Shout out to Aquafina Queens.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I think
it was on girl code. I think it was a girl I went to college with who was on guy code.
That's dope. I love.
I
love both those shows on MTV. They were so good.
Mm-hmm.
They're so good. Cool, man. Do you have a website too? I've never seen.
I'm in the process of building. It's been going on for years. I'm not going to be
all good.
We get a website for years, but it's like I'm too all over the fucking place. But hopefully soon I could come up with something that really resonates with me, and not just I'm going to make some bullshit ass site for people to go to. Like I
think it would be a treat. I think if you found the right web designer, it would be a real good treat.
Yeah. Like I'm learning to get more into quality than quantity at this point. It took some time. But I'm glad it's going out this way. So hopefully I can get a website done really soon. And speaking of websites, I'll shout myself out, you know.
Hey.
You heard it here first. This is the first podcast I'm saying this. Civilization is an LLC. I'm a business owner of my own.
Oh, man, congratulations, man. I love to hear that type of stuff.
Yeah, I literally just got it approved about last week.
Now, it costs some money, man. I trademarked myself, too. That shit sucks.
Fuck. I was like,
it's worth it. It's worth it in the end.
It's worth it, yeah. But like going through all the paperwork, I'm like, oh, this isn't too bad. Then that price comes at the end, you're like, wait.
Yup. I know it starts off at like $500, and then you got to not keep paying, but there's other fees and stuff. Yeah, I remember. It's
$500 is just like baseline. Like
exactly.
I got to get trademarked and copyrights and those.
Yep. And I'm sure it scares off a lot of people, man. I'm glad it didn't scare you. I had to talk to an IP attorney, intellectual property attorney, in order to get it done.
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't scare me because I can't dwell on the now. I just got to focus on the future, how I'm going to move it and really get things going on, you know?
Love it.
Yeah.
Well, you're a natural at the podcast game, so again, it was perfect to have you on here. You're perfect on Good Man Podcast. I really hope I would love to collaborate with you too, man. To be honest, man, you're the perfect vibe for the show. You have the perfect vibe for the stillvinsane brand. No, I agree with you. By the way, I try to get people that fit the brand too. Like if I get someone that totally doesn't like pop culture or is totally not interested. My favorite is people that never watch the show that try to ask to be on. They're like,
people just want clout at this point. They just want the clout. I want a podcast. Cool, but like, what are you bringing to the table?
I'm not even that famous. Like, what the fuck? Where you going to get clout from? I'm looking for. Where's the clout? Clout? Where are you?
I said, I was on a podcast. I've heard it all doing this good man stuff. Like, why do you want to be on it? Yeah, I got some ideas. And like, I just kind of want to just like be on a podcast. Oh, so you just want to come on a podcast and talk shit? You could do that anywhere. You don't need to come here and waste our time. And plus, it's not easy for us. Like,
no, it's not any type of content creation. All the things that you do is not easy.
Like how we're doing this now, I feel like because we're both already set up in the podcasting world, cool. But like when we were first doing it, I was in Philadelphia and they were in New York doing this. So trying to set up all the wires and everything. And then they moved, trying to get everything set up over there. And then
Zoom wasn't as popular when you first started, probably.
Yeah, it was a nightmare, but it's becoming better now.
Hell yeah. And the world is better for it. And it's perfectly set up for you to make better content and more content. And I never noticed, by the way, before we go, I never noticed the quality with you. I always thought that you always brought quality. And speaking of which, when is the next episode of the Good Man Podcast?
That is a good question. I'm not going to say we because I don't want to throw them on the bus like that. I'm going to say I've been slacking on my end, especially with school. I was not expecting a master's.
That's why we need quality. We don't want to just rush it out. No worries.
Yeah. Like I wasn't expecting a master's degree program to be with my ass like this.
I'm trying to go to law school, man. I feel you. Man. I'm still gonna do this too.
Man, you know what time it is, man.
Oh, it's gonna be too much time.
It's not easy though, especially with me being in school in the days and working overnights full time. Like, if
I get you as a guest again, you're gonna see me like this next time.
Yeah, same thing. That's we're gonna
be like that. Look. Like episode 204. What's up, guys? What's good?
The screens are just gonna be black. It's just gonna be.
I feel you, man. Oh, actually, one more. What's your? My bad. I know one more.
No, you're fine, bro.
What is?
I'm enjoying this.
Nice. What is? When you're done with quarantine, what is your first thing you want to do? A music performance, a travel destination, or a party, like a block party or like a house party or something? What's the first thing you want to do?
First thing I would love to do is
like balls out, because I'm sure people party. I'm sure people have done a little bit of these things, but not to where like pre-COVID levels.
Me, I'm more of a house party. I'm an introvert.
Me too.
I would love a good solid house party with my good friends, people that I know. And just really just wild out with them.
Back to the shit.
Yeah, because now it's like, especially surviving this, I'm going to tell my kids this was like I Am Legend type shit. Surviving
I'm going to tell them that was Lenny Kravitz when they look at this. I'm going to be like, that painting back there, that was Lenny Kravitz. That wasn't Basquiat.
The movie 2012, I'm going to tell my kids that's a documentary. Like, I survived.
Oh, John Cusack. Yeah, I remember that.
I survived. But no, like, just a good house party, because I feel as if now, especially in these dark times we're in, we gotta stop taking things for granted. Especially our close friends and family. Like, live it up with them. Why are you trying to impress the streets? You don't know anybody out there. But like, make sure your people around you are good first. So a nice Project X house party. Let's just put it there. Let's
with a military tank and some fucking pyrotechnics.
Just me and my friends doing dumb shit, but safe, and really having a good time. Nobody gets hurt. Just smiles, laughs, stories. That's all I want.
I want that with you, bro. I'm with you, and I'm rooting for that to happen to you. I'm rooting for that to happen in the world, and I definitely want to get a part of that. I'll be going to Hawaii next month. I might be even doing the episode from there. Who knows? I'm going to try to set that up. But, and that'll be my first time. Have you ever been to Hawaii?
Never been, but my boy lives out there. Who works?
Nice.
What?
What's his name?
Do you know Ellis?
Yes.
He's in the military. He lives in Hawaii.
Oh, that's Fontenot. That's the maintenance crew. What's his name? Jose?
Julio's
family. His whole family was over there.
Yep. So
I love him. Smoke bad with that dude, by the way.
Yeah.
That dude, oh my God, man. That dude, like, he would get me I wouldn't be in trouble, but like I would always like be trying to get unhigh, because I would always like, anytime I walk by, like, yo, I'll be like, damn it, arts and crap.
When he first found out I started smoking, I was like, oh shit. And then they gave me it, bro.
Your lungs weren't ready for him, man. Your lungs were not ready for him.
Not ready, bro. Like,
all of them, too. And not all of them, actually. My bad. There were a couple that were straight edge. So, no, I love them. I love all of them. They were great. Patty, his wife, they're amazing people. Amazing people. All right, here we go. Let's do the outro. Oh, my bad. I got to tell my social media handles. We have @KeepUpNYC for Instagram. You can catch us on Spotify, Google Play, iHeartRadio. Did I say Spotify? I said Apple Music. Basically, a lot of the spots the Good Man Podcast is on, too. We're on Keep Up, Shut Up on Facebook, even though he's right. It's pretty dead over there. But we have to promote. We've actually been on LinkedIn. We were on Pinterest. Been on Tumblr. We've been on all that good stuff if you want to see some promotions. Yes, if you want to see things about the episodes. We're on Twitter. Keep Up NY. Go ahead.
Random. Could I see it here, bro? You're on Twitch?
We are on Twitch. I need to, dude. I'm by myself though. I need to cultivate all this. I can't
I have a Twitch account. I'm still trying to learn how it works. What the hell am I gonna put on it? But bro,
do you have a webcam? Do you have a webcam?
No, I mean just.
Oh, just this. My bad. I know it was a stupid question.
Yeah, but I do have, I got two phones. I was thinking about just setting one up on a tripod, letting out.
The phone is perfect too. Perfect too. And there's a program too that makes it easier. That I haven't. Someone showed me. I haven't put it to use yet. It's called Space Lab or something.
Space Lab. I'll look into that.
And they come up with like templates, like for you to be like under to overlay and stuff like that for when you're talking. Yeah, no, you'd be good at that. And you play video games. You'd love that.
Bro, yeah, I literally got. I don't know if you could see it. Yeah, up there.
Frank is really popular on Twitch. Frank Alvarez, he's really popular.
That's a projector, bro.
I know, I saw that shit. So you play the video games on there?
I can put video games on that, and I have them literally just streaming on the wall in front of me.
Sick. I definitely need to get a projector. I have one, but not a nice one. It's like very old. It's like from back in the DOE days.
Oh, those, yeah.
Exactly, the heavy duty. You could like throw it in the middle of the ocean. It'll like throw it like all the way at the bottom of the Henry Hudson. It's so heavy.
You could cook on them shits.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, yeah, it would get mad hot at the top. Yep.
Yo.
And it's an Epsom, and now, which are like my favorite commercials right now, by the way. Shaq, with those ink cartridges, those shits are mad fun. Come take a walk with me. That's it. I love that part. Come take a walk with me. That's it. He's still the best picture man on earth, man.
I gotta meet Shaq.
Me too. I know. And if we met Shaq, we'd be like, "Hey, Shaq.
Hey, Shaq.
Hey, Shaq."
So, random question for you. Because you were the tallest man in the world at camp. How tall were you, bro?
Not that tall. I'm like 6'3".
Okay.
Yeah. At camp, I look like a giant. You're right.
Christ. I thought you were like 7'8".
You're pretty tall yourself. You weren't that tall at camp, but you definitely freaking shot up when you.
I just touched 6 feet. You know.
That's good. That's a good height for a dude, man. That's a perfect. You know how many people die to get over 5'10"? Bro,
yeah. You know, I was at 5'11", platform 9 3/4.
Like a Harry Potter train station.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I hit 6'11". I think it was 2013. I remember the year. I was like, nah.
Oh, you said 6'11"? 7 foot over here.
I hit 6 feet.
You would be eye to eye with Shaq, man.
I know, right? Sheesh.
Oh, man. All right. So, you better shut the fuck up, listen up, and keep up. I finally got that back in there. With my boy Civilized, he's now LLC, he's now trademarked. Don't get sued by this motherfucker.
Oh.
And Stillvinsane. Over and out. Homies.
Yep.